All right, welcome into 5 Reasons to Bet. I'm Ethan Skolnick. You can follow me at Ethan J. Skolnick and at 5 Reasons Sports. I got my guy Jim Rodriguez. You can follow him at Jrod Show. We are sponsored, as always, by Booze Bandage. More on that in a second, but also by BetUS. Go to BetUS_official on Twitter or BetUS.com. On the World Wide Web, use that code 5. I know some people played the Jake Paul thing the other night. We've got, obviously, real sporting events that you can actually bet on there, including some football. So make sure you go there. Use that code 5. You get 125% bonus. That's right, 125% bonus. A really, really good deal. They don't have a ton of rollovers either, and you get your money quickly. It's a very, very good platform. So go to BetUS.com. That's BetUS.com. Use that code 5. Of course, you can play the futures. We're going to do some of that here on the show coming up. But first, we've got a huge college football game coming up this Saturday. And look, Jim, here's the thing about it. To a certain degree, to me, feels like they're on the way back. I've said this for years, but I also feel like this is the worst possible way to kind of build off that enthusiasm to play a team as loaded as Alabama right off the bat. All right. So we're going to talk all week about how to play this game. Let's start here. I think you were looking at some overs. So
yeah,
let's take a look.
Everybody, first of all, this sounds like the beginning of one of those 30 for 30s. What if I told you the comeback became with a 37-point loss to Alabama? Listen, everybody keeps telling me, J-Rod, I'm a big Canes guy. I'm a big UM guy. I can't bet against them. Well, I got a way you can enjoy the game, bet on it, and even win. Mm-hmm. And you're right, Ethan. I'm looking at the total, 61.5. That's a big, big bulge. Can they hit that number? I mean, Alabama's a machine. So I crunched some numbers, and it tells me that the under 61.5 is the way to play. And here's why. Focusing solely on the U. Their last 11 games on neutral fields, the under is 9-2. Their last 8 games as a neutral dog, they're an 18.5-point dog in this game. Mm-hmm. They're 7-1, the under in the last 8 games as a neutral dog. 6-1, their last 7 games as an underdog. 5-1 is the under the last 6 games where they've been an underdog of over 10.5 points. So all the stars are telling me bet the under 61.5. Enjoy the game. Have some fun. If you're going, be safe. Stay out of Buckhead. But I'll tell you, under is what I'm thinking. 61.5. Forget the 18.5. Who cares? Who cares what the end? You win if it gets under 61.5. That's what I'm going to do.
Just hope that Alabama doesn't get to 61.5 by the end of the second quarter. That's what we're hoping.
Tell you about that wonder in Tuscaloosa.
That's what we're hoping here. All right. I know that we're going to get to some baseball with our Booze Bandage baseball bonus, whatever it is, the triple Bs, quadruple Bs after the break, but you got one thing before that.
Listen, since we live in Miami and we're hating on Tua and everybody, Deshaun Watson, I got some hater bets for you. Who is going to be the first NFL head coach to be fired this year? Well, Urban Meyer is 50-1, so he's not. They don't think he's going to be it over at BetUS. Brian Flores, if this thing goes sideways, well, he's 33-1 as the first head coach to be fired. Well, Vic Fangio of the Broncos is the favorite as the first head coach fired, 5-1. Then you got Mike McCarthy of the Cowboys at 7-1. Cliff Kingsbury in that badass house of his in Phoenix plus 750. Matt Nagy of the Bears plus 750.
I like that. Go ahead, continue.
But my pick, first guy that gets pooped, is Mike Zimmer of the Vikings. 9-1. He's the first head coach to be fired. And check it out. They play the AFC North. I mean, Steelers, Ravens, Browns.
Yep.
They play the best division in football, the NFC West, 49ers, Rams, Cardinals. Tough hoe. And their first 4 games, they got to win their opener at Cincinnati. And they go to Phoenix, home against the Seahawks, home against the Browns. They could be 1-3 right out of the gate. And with Aaron Rodgers mad at everybody and on their way to another NFC crown, and Kirk Cousins doesn't want to get vaccinated, and everybody's mad at everybody in Minnesota, this is going to go completely sideways for the Vikings. I say Mike Zimmer. I'm going to take my haterade. Mike Zimmer, first guy to get fired at 9-1.
I like that one, but I'm looking at Chicago right now. I think he better play Fields. That's all I got to say. All right, we will get to a baseball pick right after this word for Booze Bandage. Right. People really do wake up with their thumbs up. Anyway, let's get to it. We got one baseball pick. What is it?
Listen, we got our bonus today, a little player prop. My man Nick Castellanos of the Cincinnati Reds. They are playing the Cardinals, and more importantly, Castellanos owns St. Louis starter John Lester. He's 7 for 14 against them, 3 home runs and a double. So the prop that I found on BetUS that I love is Nick Castellanos over 1.5 total bases. Okay, he gets a double, you win. He kills them already. He hits 500 against them. Cardinals are going nowhere. Reds are in the hunt for that second wild card. I like my man Nick over 1.5 total bases.
Local guy. Got to talk about him here. All right. Appreciate it. Follow him at Jrod Show. Again, get your booze bandages. 50% off, 20% off. That's right. If you're drunk, you won't care. Use the code 5RSN. And then, of course, betus.com. Get 125% bonus when you use the code 5, F-I-V-E. Those are the 2 codes you need to know. We'll be back tomorrow.
Get it.